New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time Show. Here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And you know what time it is, guys, right? You know what time it is? It's time for the gunshots, damn it. Because the Knicks beat the Dallas Mavericks 108-85. This is the same Dallas Mavericks who just won 6 in a row. This is the same Dallas Mavericks who just beat the Chicago Bulls. And they came to New York City and caught this L. All right, the Knicks once again held their opponent to under 100 points. Gunshots for these Knicks, man. Gunshots. And we are once again, we are 500 once again for the season. Gunshots for these Knicks, man. And this is all led by, you already know what it is, Brian, the Bodman. Gives you 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Also giving you a hefty double-double. Julius Randle, man, who has been booed, gives you 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, and a game-winning 29 plus 29 on the night. And of course, Mitchell Robinson, who gives you a healthy double-double with 19 points and 10 rebounds and 2 blocks, and the Knicks win. And we're gonna break it all down for you today. Before we break it down, you already know I'm gonna introduce my guy, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building, and I got some stats for the people right here. RJ Barrett, 5th game this season, 30-plus points, and also the Knicks have the best defense in the league since January 1st.
The best defense in the league. I was going to say D in the league, but I didn't want to say pause. Defense in the league since January 3rd. Oh, man. And listen, man, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of themes to talk about this game, man. Like, I definitely feel like us being at home, us being able to get this extended practice time, because don't forget, when you're on the road, you have less time to practice. You're going to these random gyms. Like, we didn't even practice in our last game on the road when we called because they was worried about the COVID. But we at home now. We get more practice time in. Guys able to get more shots up. And it seems like there's a continuity happening. This is the best that we've seen our starting 5 look all season. And I think continuity has a lot to do with it. I feel like familiarity with roles has a lot to do with it. I feel like Julius Randle being out awakened the sleeping dragon within RJ Barrett, and he's taking it to the next level. I feel like there's a lot of factors that's going into why the Knicks are coming to a head at this point of the season and just starting to put it together. And it's all looking beautiful. From the defense to Mitchell Robinson to the passing to the shot making, everything is coming together. Everything is coming together. And there's little things that I still feel like need to be tweaked here and there. And that has to do with a little bit of Julius Randle. But even with my Julius Randle criticisms, you're looking at the plus minus stats. He's giving you plus 29 on the night, and he was super unselfish. So unselfish, in fact, you can see last play of the game, the crowd is chanting RJ Barrett. Randle dribbles just to give RJ Barrett the ball so you get that step back 3 and give him your number 32 on your head, damn it. Woo, it's a lot. I love this game, man. Man, break it down. Break it down. What did you see today, Ryan? What did you see from today's game? And why do you think we're starting to get on a roll?
It's the first time in a long time I've seen the Knicks pass the ball the way they've been passing the ball this game. The amount of times I saw the Knicks actually penetrate into the paint and find Mitch wide open under the basket. Like, I don't remember the last time I've seen the Knicks actually do that on a repeated basis the way they did that this game. And then the fact that Randle still has, he still has some kinks he needs to work out. The turnovers are kind of wild in this game, but at the same time, I did like the way Randle played today. He definitely played like he was interested in the game. He looked engaged today, and there was one play where he actually set a solid screen.
Yes.
Which for Burks. and then Burks found Randall diving to the basket, and then when Randall got the ball, he passed it to Mitch for the open dunk, and I was like, Randall, if you would just set screens like that all the time,
what? Oh my God, man!
if you would just set screens like that all the time, it would benefit the Knicks so much, and you really can't complain about anybody's game tonight, especially the starting unit. It's the first time in a long time I've seen the starting unit actually dominate a game like this collectively. And I'm hoping, because last season the Knicks were the exact record that they were this season. And it's around this time where the Knicks really started to turn up and turn around. And I'm just hoping it just mirrors last season, where now the Knicks are starting to round into form. The guys are getting used to each other, gaining more trust, more continuity with each other and things of that nature. I'm just hoping that this is the beginning of a shift, and it starts with RJ Barrett. I mean, RJ Barrett this is his third 30-point game so far in the month of January. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, RJ Barrett's in a groove. This is his best 8-game stretch of the season. Fifth time hitting 30 plus points, and he seems like he's found that balance between playmaking, between driving to the basket, and between taking the mid-range shot and the outside shot. Like, he got into a little of the role versus OKC, just going to the basket, and now he seems to mixing it up, and it's unlocking everything and everybody. I remember last year, Ryan, we were talking about there is a synergy between RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. Like, to me, Barrett was the one who looked for Mitch the most. And when you're talking about keys to Obi Toppin, like, you were like, oh, Derrick Rose is the key to Obi Toppin. I feel like RJ Barrett is the key to Mitchell Robinson a lot of times getting off. But I'm just so impressed today, because it wasn't even just RJ Barrett who was giving it to Mitch, even though he's the guy who I feel like he's the trendsetter on the team who got Mitch involved, because they do the pick and roll with Mitch, and he gives you the lobs. But also it seems like the other teammates are starting to follow suit. You've seen Evan look for Mitch now. We've seen Julius Randle look for Mitch, and it's becoming a total team effort. So much so that every starter on this squad has reached double digits, man. And it's like, I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy, because I think they had a crazy stat earlier where I think they said at halftime the Knicks had 4 starters in double digits, and I think they said that was the first time the Knicks did that all season. It's like, wow, the Knicks haven't had a game this season yet where 4 starters were in double digits before halftime.
Absolutely. And even on the defensive side, we've also been talking about the defense has been looking better. And I think the first stage and the first reason why our defense is better is Mitchell Robinson is healthy again. He's starting to give you more than 20 minutes a game of blocks and reboundings, and our defense is starting to look a lot better because of it. Two, it seems like, they missed some open threes, but at the same time, we've made multiple efforts to run these guys off the 3-point line, and we were very successful at that today.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so I feel like in general, our defensive rotations have been a lot sharper, and maybe that's just this team being together for a longer period of time where they know what the coach wants for them. But it just seems like that part of our game is starting to click and hit to another level. And even Evan Fournier for the last few games hasn't annoyed me on defense, which is something to be said. Like, he's even like, I find myself not screaming at him as much anymore on the defensive end. So it just seems like everybody's picking it up, and even Evan Fournier himself. The Evan Fournier we've seen over the last week and a half or so, Ryan. This is the Evan Fournier that we thought we were getting in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, man. Like, Evan Fournier, you see what Evan Fournier, because with this team, Evan Fournier really doesn't have to score 20, 25 points a game. He doesn't have to do that with this team. If he can just put in consistent performances like he did tonight, like contribute like 13, 14, 15 a game, along with having RJ Barrett, Randall, or whoever else is going off, that's all we really need from Fournier. Just decent defense and contribute at least double digits on offense, even if it's 10 to 20 points a game. And he definitely had a pretty good game tonight. He wasn't that much of a defensive liability like he usually is, and I feel like that's because he's more engaged on offense. And I feel like when he's more engaged on offense, he pays a bit more attention on the defensive end of the floor. Because there were a couple times he was guarding Luka, and I was like, oh boy, barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken, yeah.
but it wasn't barbecue chicken though. He actually held his own. So Fournier, I just feel like if Fournier is just involved in the offense, gives at least 10 to 20 a game and just plays decent defense, it's all good. Like, Fournier, that's all he needs to do.
Yo, everybody, our team defense was another level, man. Even Burks is starting to look like, he's coming back to normal because he's been horrible as a starter, except for the last 2 games. Today, you're looking at Alec Burks stats, and I'm going to cue up the Alec Burks stats real quick. Like, Alec Burks today, like, he gives you 10 points and 6 assists and 8 rebounds on the night, and also 2 steals. And he's quietly been our steals leader on this team. I think I saw a stat where he's given us maybe 9 or 10 steals over the last 4 or 5 games. Don't quote me, somewhere around that number. Alec Burks, and I'll say he's not my prototypical starting point guard that I would like to have. He doesn't give you the advantage that you would have from a prototypical point guard who can kind of create more opportunity. But you can't argue with 6 assists. And when he's hitting shots like he is, that's really all you can ask. He's playing decent defense. He's hitting shots, and he's moving the ball and hitting the open man when he's move the ball and hit the open man. And he was involved in one of the best plays of the game to me.
Yep.
Which was how was it? It was like the pass to Randall.
Randall set the screen, and then Burks went around the screen, and then Randall dove to the basket. Then Burks found Randall. Then Randall found Mitch.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Even Randall hitting screen, man. Even when we talk about Randall's body language and why he feels disengaged, today. Okay, last game, right? Randall had he had a pretty good rebounding game, and he also had a pretty good plus minus. But it's like when you look at his facial expressions, when you look at the way he hits screens, and you look at the way he runs, he doesn't seem like he's doing it hard. He runs hard for the rebounds, but there's other things in between the game where it looks like he's not engaged. Today, I didn't see that. Like today, he looked more engaged. Like that screen he set to even free Mitch for that one of the favorite plays of the game, like is what we want from him, and this entire time. So like, I'm just young fox for this whole team. I'm loving what we've seen today, and I can't, when Derrick Rose comes back to this, Derrick Rose comes back to this, dude, come on now, come on now.
Problems.
Even though I like what Grimes is giving us, but woo. I'm liking it. I'm liking what we're doing right now. I'm liking what we're doing. But shout outs. Hold on, before I see some people are joining the calls. Want to call in? Okay. Shout out to the chat. So hold on, me big up the super chats. Before the games even started, shout out to CL Kenrick who sends a $5 super chat. Says 32 points for Bodman Barrett, 19 points for Robinson, and 17 for Ramel. Go New York, go New York, go. You're damn right. And shout out to L Marshall who sends a $10 super chat, and he just wants to send a flame emoji just because he likes that game hot. That's all he wanted to do.
Exactly.
Shout out to my guy L Marshall. All right, let's go. We got 3 callers up. Okay, we got 3 callers up early. Let's go.
All right.
First caller up is we got Joseph. Shout out to Joseph. First caller. I think it's my boy Joe actually.
JR.
What up, JR? JR was good.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yo, man. When RJ drove, man, and he pivoted and hit that fadeaway, man.
Woo!
Yo, that felt so good, man. That's what it is with this team, man. We go through so many lows and so much with this team that when they do good, man, like no team in sports feels better than when the Knicks
It
do
doesn't.
good.
It doesn't.
Like, it doesn't get better than that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get better than that. And I also, man, I need to man up. I need to man up and issue a public apology to Julius Randle. I'm so happy, Leon. I'm not in his chair. I didn't trade him for Pokemon and Two First. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, man. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm really happy. That's why I'm not getting paid the millions. That's why I'm not in that chair, man. Cause yo, man, it's really like, but you see what it is with Julius, though. Like, honestly, just to guard Julius, teams have to do something. Like, they have to give something up just to guard him. He doesn't even have to score. Nope. All he has to do is make the pass. That's it.
That's it.
And I'm good. Like, he didn't even shoot good today. Y'all seen him. But I was fine with every single shot he took. Every step back, every shot he took today, I was fine with, even though he didn't hit him.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't hit a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated. And Julius, like, I was really down on him because obviously after that Detroit game, it was hard, man. Like, I can't remember the Knicks, like us going against a G League team, full-fledged G League team, and our best player couldn't see the court. Like, that was really hard for me to take. Like, that's why I got so low on Julius, man. And he's gone through the ringer, you know what I'm saying, in every way. You know what I'm saying? I really hope he can come out of this and keep this up.
Yeah.
Because it was nice to see.
Yeah.
It was nice to see. And something else we can't forget, boys. We can't forget about, we weren't totally wrong about Quentin Grimes needing minutes.
Yeah.
He might not be all over the stat sheet, but that you can't be out with that man playing defense the way he does and not play defense. Yep. If you don't play defense after Quentin Grimes, you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You gotta play defense because that man is playing defense. So, like, let's not take that for granted too. Yeah, we've been playing defense. What you said, like, the best in the league since January, like, does that correlate when Grimes started getting minutes? Because it kind of feels like we've been turning it up ever since Grimes started getting burned.
It's a lot of things, man.
You know, it kind of feels like that.
Yeah, it's a culmination of things, man. I feel like it's a lot of things that's coming together at the same time. Grimes is doing his thing. Like I said, I feel like Mitchell Robinson is having a stretch where he's healthy. He's lost weight. He's been more active over the last few weeks. I feel like maybe the rotations are getting better. I also feel like, you know, a lot of the teams that we've been playing, they haven't been the best. I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we can only play the teams that are in front of us, and just the fact that we're thumping these teams on the defensive end like we are is a good sign in itself. So I'm not going to nitpick. Today was a big win. I'm not taking anything away from this win. This team still won 6 in a row and beat Chicago. So I'm taking this win to the bank. Straight up.
This was definitely, we taking this one. This is the one we could pump our chest out because, like, we beat a team that had 6 straight games won. Like, this wasn't a team that was middling. They were streaking, and we put an end to that. And RJ put an end to the way RJ. I feel like he sees John Morant taking that step, and he's like looking, because you know when he's done with everything he's doing with the team, he's sitting on his couch. You know he's looking at these highlights. You know
he's writing the stats down.
His boys, like, yeah, I'm about to turn up. I'm not like, because he looks bad. Like if everybody around him blows, if even Garland pops, and like he's just middling, like, nah, he got to turn up too. And like, this is RJ's bag. This is RJ's bag. Like, there's different types of players. If you have like super elite athleticism, you can pop from year one. But RJ's game is more flow, more strength. Like, it's kind of like a finesse, strength, bully ball, but really with finesse and skill. Yeah. Like, that's really his game, and that's fine. He can, like, maybe it took him 3 years. Maybe next year, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, if he can build on this, guys, this changes everything for us, man.
It does.
If he can build on this, yo, guys.
And you know, people been talking about giving RJ the keys for a while through the ups and downs. To me, this feels like, I'm not saying he has the keys now, but they gave him a key or two. Like they gave him a key or two, because I'm starting to see the playmaking run through RJ a lot more this game and last game than I have over the last the first 30 games. And even RJ himself, he was even saying, he said he feels like things are getting easier and people are getting used to each other and people are knowing where their shots are going to come from and how to, insert themselves in the game. So I think I think I don't know if the coach is trusting him more or Julius is giving the ball more or what, but it just seems like he's starting to handle the ball a lot more, and I like it.
It's
most
on the
definitely.
court too.
What you say?
It's on the court. His mid-range game, that opens up so much for him.
Yeah.
The way he's been confidently pulling up from midi, like, man, he doesn't even, this is just amazing to see. Because, like, we always, we've been on RJ. We love RJ. We've been, like, wanting to see this for so long. Mm-hmm. And he'll give us teases of this. But today, honestly, I like today more than the Pelicans game. I like today more than the Pelicans. Because he showed us more range, like everything he can do. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful. You know how you know it's a good night tonight? When we had a Nerlens Noel sighting that it actually was productive. Ball today, y'all.
Facts,
Nerlens Noel.
It started off a little shaky. He started off a little shaky with the Bambi legs when he first came. Yeah. But he got some good blocks in.
He was serviceable though.
Yeah, he was serviceable.
Yeah, he was.
More than what you can say for a lot this year.
Exactly.
Yo, man, this is it, y'all. Like I really hope we've seen the worst of this team. Like y'all said, man, if we can do this, we don't even got to pop OD. We just can't fall off. If we can hold the fort down until D Rose comes back, keeps building on this, yo, I don't care, man. We get the right matchup in play-in, playoff. I don't care, man. I'm going to be wild. I'm going to be all over the place. I don't care. Yo, we got it. Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go.
Run up the lights.
Let's go.
Run up the lights. Run up the lights.
Run it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We here. We here, yo. Y'all boys take it easy, man. Let's go, Knicks, baby.
Let's go. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And also thank you guys for the super chats, man. It's helping keep the lights on. And also shout out to my writers. Shout out to Ken, the editor, and shout out to Mikey, who actually he wrote an article about the inevitability of Brunson becoming a Knick.
Oh.
Yeah. He's playing Nostradamus. He's playing Nostradamus. So definitely take a look. Go to the knickoftimeshow.com and definitely read that article that's up about Jalen Brunson becoming a New York Knicks next season. Gunshots for this win, man. Woo. RJ getting it. Sir. RJ looking like he taking the keys. Evan Fournier looking like the Evan Fournier we thought we was going to get when we signed him. Our big guys who's supposed to scoring are actually scoring. Our first unit is gelled together. Our second unit was our second unit for once. They looked a little bit shaky. They almost tried to give the game away a little bit in that second quarter. But, it's all right. It's okay. Tom Thibodeau, he pushed the right buttons. He mixed in the correct guys with the second unit with the first unit, and we came out with this win, man.
Yeah, man, most definitely. And speaking of the second unit, too, I actually kind of liked when RJ Barrett was in there with the second unit.
I've been saying that, man. Like, RJ with the second unit, it's flows. They run, he runs, a synergy. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's because it's just for the simple fact that RJ Barrett, because the way the second unit runs, RJ Barrett can get so many easy baskets with the way he would quickly run the point guard and how he speeds up the game. And
exactly.
Then Barrett, all Barrett has to do is streak to the basket, and then when he has a full head of steam, he's hard to stop. And it's like, and I really do like with that second unit. So it's like I like the way how Thibs kind of staggered minutes a bit, where RJ was playing with that first team, but he also left RJ out there a bit with the second unit as well. So I liked how Thibs did that also.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to give Thibs his props. I mean, he's still playing guys a bit too much, but I do like the fact that he kind of noticed that RJ does mess with that second unit as well and try to keep him in there with the second unit for a few minutes as well.
Absolutely, man. One of the plays of the game for me was the fast break when Quickly saw RJ streaking, because Quickly is not Burks. Burks is gonna trot the ball up like he's a prize-winning, poodle or something. Quickly is running down that court at full speed like a bat out of hell. Sees RJ Barrett coming down the right side, gets in the ball, and all next thing you know, it's a dunk on the fast break, and the building is going wild. This is why I like RJ with the second unit. Not to say that he shouldn't be starting. I just like to see him run a lot more, because a lot of times I feel like he's running by himself sometimes. So
Yeah, man. And also speaking of Brunson too, becoming a Knick, I think my man's is gonna enjoy becoming a Knick because he ain't got the IQ no more on the defensive end. That's all I gotta say about that.
The gunshots. Man, yeah, man. Also, shout out to Grimes too, because the last game, I was like, I need Grimes to stop hesitating. And I think the coach actually said the same thing to him in the post game. The coach was like, we just need to shoot more. We just need to shoot more, because he's out there to shoot. He's unselfish sometimes to a fault. He just needs to shoot more. And when that second unit started to lose the lead, in my mind, I'm partially yelling at Grimes like, when you get the ball, shoot it. Stop this passing nonsense. And then when the first unit started to come back in the game and they left him out here, I feel like he was more deliberate in the shots he was taking and more aggressive. And he hit some pretty big threes to stop some momentum. So shout out to Grimes, man. And of course, the defense. The defense is otherworldly. The defense, gotta love that defense from Grimes, man. Gotta love it. Never lost a step. All right, next caller up. I think we got Joseph this time, right? Let us know what you want to talk about.
Yes,
Joe.
you do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
First of all, I got to shout out the Nick of Time podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Ordered my hat last week,
Yes,
anticipating it to come.
That's right.
I need that gun salute first of all for the Knicks tonight. Give me another gun salute, please.
Got you. Got you.
Yes, sir. Now, one of the things I'm going to say tonight, and I said this to one of my friends when they were announcing all the former Knicks that were on the Mavericks, I'm looking like the Knicks is playing the Knicks. But we gave him the business.
Yep.
It's like George Clinton in Parliament said, one nation under a groove, and the Knicks nation was doing their thing.
Yeah.
What can we say?
Yeah. We need that win. We need to make sure that we beat our old selves. We gotta do that just from a pride standpoint.
Of course, like I've been in many situations from even last season where I was defending R.J. Barrett and I was defending Julius Randle, and I was telling people, even this year, I was saying to people, I said, look, it's a group of different guys. They got to get it together, but I got faith that they're going to do it, and look what they're doing right now.
Yeah. It's looking like, man, my next PTSD is kicking in, but it's looking like they figured something out. It's definitely looking like they figured something out. It looks like they figured out a little bit of a flow, and hopefully the flow keeps flowing, and we're able to run off some more wins, because we still got a few games where we got to take care of business at home, and then the schedule gets tough. But let's pad these stats while we at home, for real.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna say one more thing, bro. I'm still anticipating when you get that press pass and you could be sitting there representing the Nick of Time podcast. I'm still believing that's gonna happen.
Yo, speak that into existence, please.
Yes, manifest that.
I'm speaking it. Tell me who I gotta write.
Everybody. MSG, Spike, everybody.
Do they know how hard y'all go for the Knicks?
I don't know.
As much as I call myself a diehard fan, when I look at Jay, I'm like, look, he's die hard.
Man, listen, Joe know me from back in the day. Joe already know. Joe know about my battles, man. Joe know me arguing about Allen Houston versus 12 guys in a room, just me trying to defend the Knicks, man. I've been at this a long time, man. Once a Knicks fan, always a Knicks fan, man. Like,
tell him, Jay, our family's his family.
Facts.
And we done seen the thick and the miry. But now, after all the years of crying, now we got joy.
Hey, wait, we got a way to go. We still got a way to go.
Yeah, I don't. Not yet. We get in there, though. We get in there.
Yeah, I appreciate the sentiments and the heartfelt heartstrings, and we got joy. When we gonna get joy, when we have the trophy, when we holding the big trophy, then I'm gonna call you Joe. You give that same speech, all right?
But I'm prophesizing right now. I'm prophesizing.
I ain't prophesizing. Call that into existence. Call that into existence.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Y'all brothers be blessed. Keep doing it. As soon as I get my hat, I'm going to take my picture. I'm going to put it up on Facebook. I'm going to put it up on Instagram. And I'm going to tell everybody, get your gear.
Get your gear, man. Rep,
Yeah.
man.
So y'all be blessed.
All right, salute to my guy,
too,
Joe.
Man.
All right, salute.
He's like, yo, Joe was like, we beat the Mavericks. You getting the chip. Like, not yet. Hold on, not yet. We got some steps to take.
It's coming in due time. It's coming.
In due time. But yo, shout out to the picks for Timmy who gives that call a 5. Shout out to Randall Evans. Shout out to Vibe Shop. Shout out to my real fake cousin Winston Ellis. Shout out to you. Shout out to I'm Forever Cash. This is KOT unbiased, unfiltered Knicks talk. That's a fact. I'll tell her how it is. Unpopular or popular. I'll say it. And shout out to Reppin' Old School who gives us a $19.99 super chat. Bullet. And he don't want to say nothing. He just want to support. I appreciate you, Reppin' Old School. All right. And you know what? We got Raw already hit me early. He's like, yo, Jay Ellis, I'm back Saturday. I'm like, all right, let's go.
The full crew gonna be back.
Yeah, we back. Yeah, full crew back Saturday, man. Can't wait to have Raw back here and chop it up. I miss my brother, man. I miss my brother. All right. All right, next caller up is the regulars, one of the regulars, Big Reaper. What's going on, Reaper? Let us know what you want to talk about.
Hey, what's up, Jay Ellis? Hey, what's up, Ryan G? Hey, Chad, thank you guys for taking my call. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm really happy about the win today. We look really good. I mean, like, every, these wins we've been getting the past few games has been like, we've just been looking better and better, which is good. I'm happy they're running the offense more through RJ.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks a lot better. And, and obviously, like, less turnovers, when you're doing it through him. And then it just looks a lot more smoother, too. There's a lot more emotion, when he's when we're running it through him.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just really looks good. So everybody played really well. I'm really, happy we got Nerlens back, and he was productive today, which was good. It wasn't, it wasn't like it wasn't a liability or anything like that. So he was good. And then Mitchell Robinson, I was really happy that they started finally. They're trying to find him more in the paint. I was like, the whole year, I'm like, I just don't understand it. Like, why they have such problems just getting the ball to him when he has his man sealed off and he's standing right there. But, I'm happy they did it today, which is really good. So hopefully that continues too, because that'll really help, the whole team out a lot,
Absolutely.
And for Julius, it's like he played a much better game today in terms of like rebounding. The defense was pretty solid. Also on the offensive end, playmaking, he did a pretty decent job.
Mm-hmm.
Getting, some assists to people, but, he had, 5 turnovers. I'm not trying to be negative on him. But,
No, it happened. It happened. It definitely happened.
I don't want to put lipstick on a pig and tell you guys he's a beauty queen or anything like that. So, but yeah, and his shooting, he shot only 35%. So I'm just hoping that, hopefully that picks up. It's like, that's why I prefer that they just kind of keep running it more through RJ.
Me too.
If they keep running through RJ, maybe it takes a lot of pressure off Julius, and maybe he'll slowly come along and start, because both RJ and Julius, they've been really struggling this season with efficiency. I've been kind of counting. Last time I told you guys, RJ, I think the last game was his 11th game where he shot like over 45% out of like 41 games.
Mm-hmm.
So this is number 12. Julius is still stuck at 11. So out of 42 games, he's shot 45% only 11 times in a game. And most of the other games, he's shooting like below 40%, so hopefully, hopefully it gets better,
Yeah.
And, but yeah, overall, it's a really good win, And then also Mitchell Robinson, like now that Nerlens is back, like his minutes, it is starting to make a little more sense, because I was getting worried where it seemed like Thibodeau started creeping above 30 minutes with Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
But now that Nerlens is back, now it's back to 25. So hopefully that's what it is going forward, because you don't want your big man. Because I think most big men in the league, like all the teams, I don't even think they played a big man more than 30 minutes a game. If you look at a lot of them, they average only like 28 to 30 minutes.
Right.
So So that's a good thing too. So I'm just happy about it, overall. So it's really good,
I agree.
And thank you guys for taking my call, man. It was really good. Hopefully they keep it going.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Shouts to my guy Rico. Yeah, and he touched on something that we kind of talked about, but like it wasn't the perfect game for Randall. Like it's funny because the shots he made were some of them were kind of like some difficult isolation shots where it didn't seem like it was in the flow of the offense to me. But he hit a couple of those early. But then I felt like even though he hit a couple of those early, he started taking more of those in that third quarter or second quarter or so. And I didn't like all those shots. I didn't like all of them. But I felt like when he started to go to the basket, get fouled, start to blow guys, I feel like he started to kind of turn the game around. And also the assists, the 5 turnovers, they're bad, but you just can't argue with the assists. He got 8 assists, and you got a couple of hockey assists too. So, and the plus minus, man, is one of those games where the plus minus didn't lie. Like he had one of the best plus minuses in the team, and the attention he attracts is real, and the passes he makes to people are real. And when they're hitting him, because sometimes he's creating those looks and people aren't hitting him. Today they are hitting him, and now he looks even better when they're hitting him.
Yeah, with Randall today, I'll say this about Randall. I did like his shot selection in the first quarter. I felt like his shot selection was really good in the first quarter because he took, I think, Finney Smith in the paint maybe a couple of times because he saw the size advantage and took advantage of Smith's. I think one time he got close to the basket and I don't know if it was either a floater or something like that, but he scored it. He scored off of that, and I think another time, because he had the smaller guy on him, it caused a double team, and then it forced him to push to pass the ball, and then it scrambled around. I think one of them got back to Burks for open 3 as well. So I think Randall made right decision within the first quarter. I think what happened was that my man saw the first quarter win, so he was like, okay, Point Randall is back.
Exactly, I'm back, baby.
Point Randall is back. So then my man wanted to do more as the game went on, but he noticed that 5 turnovers, Point Randall ain't back fully. It had a glimpse of the first quarter, but it ain't back fully, and my guy just got out of hand for a little bit. But hopefully, next game, he'll study the game footage and notice where he went wrong with the turnovers, and hopefully next time he'll keep it to at least under 3 turnovers.
Yeah, if our guys are gonna make shots though, and if RJ keeps playing the way he's playing, then and the defense keeps playing at the high level that it is, I think we'll be okay, and we'll be able to kind of play through his mistakes and trying to figure out when his shots are coming or not. But like, it can't be he's missing shots and Evan is having a career low from 3 and RJ's having a career low. Like everybody can't be in trouble at the same time. So if one person's in trouble and everybody else has figured it out, we can do something with that.
Exactly. And like I said earlier, like we don't really need anybody to have explosive games. If we can at least get, like RJ Barrett had the explosive game tonight, which is a great thing. But like, Randall had 17, Evan Fournier had 13, that's contributing to the game. Like you said, it's bad when everybody can't score baskets. That's when it's really terrible. But when you at least have guys that can at least give you at least, 15 points a game, 15 to 20 points a game, and then, you have that one guy that can explode or whatever the case may be. That's all the Knicks really need. Like, Knicks don't need all guys to explode at the same time. Just contribute something every game.
Right. Exactly. Just contribute something to every game, and we'll be fine. And we will be fine. Especially this defense holds up. Next caller. I think we have another caller. Next caller up. Let us know what your name is, where you're from, and what you want to talk about.
Caller?
Do we have a caller? Or maybe you don't? Am I bugging?
I guess not then.
Okay. I counted 3 in my head. That was 3. Okay, you know what? I'm bugging. I'm bugging. My bad.
I thought we had a 4th caller. That's why I was like,
bruh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bro, for me. I thought we had a caller. Anyway. But you know what? The other thing I want to talk about too is Deuce McBride, man, with all the problems that we're having at point guard and things of that nature, Deuce McBride goes back to the G League. And you know what? Two things I actually want to talk about. Deuce McBride is going back to the G League, and he's looking all right. He's looking all right, and I'm glad they made this move because I feel like when Deuce first got into the game, he was kind of building off the momentum he had with the G League with his confidence and his hitting his step back threes and setting people up and shooting the mid range. And then once he got to the Knicks and he kind of crapped the bed on that Raptors game, it seemed like he was having problems kind of finding some of his confidence. But it seems like now that he went to Westchester, he had a pretty good night. I think he had a career high 39 points.
39. Yeah, I believe so.
Yep, career high 39 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, 5 3-pointers made for Deuce McBride when he was playing with the Westchester Knicks. And Sims got some burn in there too as well. So hopefully, if Deuce gets his number called again, he can bring that same fearlessness he brought when we were playing Houston, and we got excited about him because he has it. He just has to be able to bring it here on a bigger stage.
Yeah, I think it's pretty telling when a guy's on an NBA roster and he's not really getting much burn, but then you can send him down to the G League after he hasn't played in a few games and just drop 39.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty telling right there that Deuce is definitely an NBA player. It's just a matter of time. It's just that at the moment he has guys ahead of him, and it's just a matter of time, for him to get those minutes consistently. Then once he gets those minutes consistently, he'll show that he definitely belongs in the league. So, it's good to see, Deuce get some burn, so he can stay in rhythm just in case the Knicks need him in games. But it definitely shows that he's NBA caliber, just a matter of him getting minutes.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Also, there's one other thing I want to talk about. I didn't really plan on talking about really, but I guess I could mention it, and that is there's some news. There's some news happening in Knicks Nation, and I think this is very popular news from a lot of the people who are following the Knicks, and they're talking about free agency and who they want to trade for, or who they want to bring in, and that is hold on. Why can't I find it? The Knicks are interested in a certain Duke running mate of RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish. You already know that Cam Reddish, he's with the Atlanta Hawks. He's been buried under the bench, and he's a potential 3-and-D guy. He hasn't been really productive as of yet there, but he's had a few good games. I think he's had a couple of 30-point games there as well. So, and I can see, I can definitely see a possibility of Cam being reunited with your boy RJ Barrett. What do you think of having Cam rejoin the Knicks, or join the Knicks rather?
Well, Cam definitely fits within the timeline of the team with the young players on the squad. Cam definitely fits in that way. He's a 3-and-D guard, well, 3-and-D wing, I should say. It's funny because when you look at the Knicks, I don't really see wing help as something the Knicks really need.
Right.
I don't really see, and that's where I'm like, I don't know where the interest in Cam Reddish comes from, because it's like, who are you going to give up for Cam Reddish so that when you bring Cam Reddish in for him to get playing time? I'm not really sure how that's going to work out per se, but if you look at Cam Reddish, Cam Reddish is a nice piece to trade for, because at this point he should be cheap. Because it's not like he's putting up huge numbers in Atlanta. It's not even like he's getting consistent playing time in Atlanta. So it's a young player that you could take a chance at and see if he would work out on your squad. It's just that with the Knicks roster set up the way it is, I don't really see where's the space for another wing.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the Knicks, I feel like the Knicks are going to make moves kind of depending on where they are during the trade deadline. Trade deadline, I think we can make trades on February 10th. It's just like about a month. If the Knicks start to keep winning these games, I feel like it's less and less likely that we make a big move for like a Miles Turner or a Jeremy Grant. I feel like at that point the guys upstairs are going to want to keep some continuity and really make small moves, kind of like the Derrick Rose move. Which is, even though Derrick Rose is a small move, but it's small in the sense that we're trading somebody like Dennis Smith Jr. who's not getting playing time and we're bringing somebody else in, right? So the thing is, Cam Reddish to me would count as a small move because I can't really envision the Knicks giving up anybody who's getting playing time for him. And like you said, Ryan, I can't see him playing over Evan Fournier if Evan Fournier keeps this up. Is he going to play over Grimes? I don't see him playing over Grimes. I definitely don't see him playing over RJ. And then when Derrick Rose comes back, it's going to be harder for him to get minutes. And I don't see him playing over Alec Burks either. So I feel like he's one of those guys where he can be a nice potential piece, but it's going to be rough for him to get playing time unless we make some moves to clear up space. And I'm not sure if we're rolling and we're at a certain place by the deadline where we're over 500 or a few games over 500, maybe we make that move, but I don't see him getting any playing time. And then he'll end up being in the same position he is on the Knicks that he is on the Hawks. Really. So
yeah, pretty much. I don't really see the space for another wing. So I mean, the Knicks are interested in him. That's good, but it's not a major need for the Knicks at the moment.
Right. I guess the only reason I can see maybe see it happening if the Knicks swing for the fences, they package up a bunch of wings. And because they package up a bunch of wings to bring somebody else in here, then they're like, all right, let me get a pick. And we'll use the pick. Or let me get Kevin Knox and we'll use that and swap in of Cam Reddish. That's the only way I can really, really see it happening in my head. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Next caller up. I see my guy. Tell him. Alejandro.
Hey, testing. Hey, how you doing, Jay Ellis? Hey, how you doing, Stats and Facts, Ryan G? Hey, how you doing, KOT Show?
Yeah.
Let's turn this thing up.
Let's
First,
go.
We've been out here cooking crazy, okay? We've been out here cooking crazy. We looking sexy. I'm hyped. I sit here and I look at the schedule, and here is what I see. I see a pack that we will be smoking on Saturday. An Atlanta Hawks pack. First, who has been dominating for the New York Knicks? Mitchell Robinson. He has been dominating. I keep pointing out how softy Clint Capella, the vacation center, was big and bad against Taj Gibson. He ain't ready for no Mitch.
Not ready.
Mitch is 2-0 on him this season. And now we got 21 minutes out of Mr. Noel tonight. You know we was lying about the COVID. It was the knee. You know we was lying. But now we got some burn from him tonight. So we're going to see what the vacation center going to be doing on Saturday. Because as I sit here looking at the schedule, guess what? The Hawks is going to be on a back-to-back. And on the Friday, guess where they're going to be at? They're going to be going up against the Miami Heat, smoking, drinking, and turning up.
Okay.
We're going to be militant pulling up Saturday in our third arena, because we got the Brooklyn Arena, that's the Barclays, and we got their arena.
Facts.
Okay, the State Farm Arena.
All
okay,
facts.
that's another one of our home arenas. Okay, we commandeered that arena earlier around Thanksgiving. Okay,
I like that.
Yep. So with that being said, they're gonna be hungover, and we're gonna be punishing them. And keep in mind, the Georgia Bulldogs just won the national championship, so and Trae Young was tweeting and all that. Quavo was out there. They not focused.
Oh, they partying.
They're not militant. They're not determined. They wilding out. We're not playing around. We lost to them, and they took advantage. They was talking all that trash in that 4-1 series. They swore up and down that they was nice, and all they really did was beat us. And at the time, that wasn't that impressive, but they thought it was, and that's where they messed up, because we making it. Let me point something out. These clowns thought it would be a good idea to have resurface on the internet their strategy against us, showing that, do this against Reggie Bullock.
I remember that.
Alfred Payton. You remember that, right? Exactly. How do you allow the people who, you have beef with to see the strategy to now allow them to make the necessary adjustments to come back and bust up your behind? And like I said, they're going to be in Miami wildin'. So don't worry. Saturday we smoking that pack. I guarantee the pack will be smoked on Saturday. Shout out to the Knicks who've been playing good. Julius Randle, he's been inconsistent, beefing with the fans, but lately, for me at least, he's been allowing the game to come to him when he has not had it going on. He starts the game off, tries to score, sees he's not wet tonight. All right, RJ, do your thing. I like that.
Me too.
He's deferring, maybe not how we want him to, but hey, it is what it is because Rowan Alexander Barrett Jr. has been cooking. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. The boy been going off, and I'm happy to see that. Now, I will say this because, we're getting closer to the trade deadline. Some people want to make moves. I feel like we're going to make a small move, not a big move, not a big sexy move. But if we do make a big sexy move, two players I would like, SGA, the Canadian for the OKC Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or De'Aaron Fox. Those are two guys I love. I'm actually watching the Lakers game right now. They're going against Fox and the Kings. But with that being said, I just got to break hearts. If we bust a move, yes, we will be giving up a lot of draft picks, but I see it already. Obi would be in the trade. I'm just letting everybody know. That breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, but it's obvious at this point. There was a point, not in this game, last game. I forgot who we played. In the last game, fourth quarter, 9 minutes something seconds, Obi got taken out of the game, and for the first time I saw nasty body language from him, and I felt bad because he's an energy guy. You know he wants to be pumped up and hyped up. This game he wasn't like that. He was getting hyped when the team was making good plays, but I felt bad for him.
Me too.
Because I know he wants to make an impact. He has improved this season compared to last season, and it's tough that. It is what it is with this coach. He'll never be probably able to reach his maximum potential, and it's tough. But if we make a trade, I hope a big trade. I hope other Knicks fans are ready to trade Obi. I'm not ready to trade him, so I don't want any big trades. I want to just get healthy, get Kemba healthy, get D-Rose healthy, and run with what we got. Make a small move, whether it's a Cam Reddish or whatever, maybe something under the table that we don't even see at the moment.
I agree.
But as of now, I like how we rolling. I think we're going to cook Saturday. I really, really, really do. If we lose Saturday, I'm going to be surprised. And we have 2 days rest, if I'm not mistaken, Thursday and Friday. So we looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Knicks Nation, stand tall. Get ready to smoke that pack on Saturday night. KOT Show, y'all keep cooking. KNICKS Knicks.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Hello. My man with the energy, man. Ooh, we had a lot to say too. He's like, we cooking these birds on Saturday. I agree with that for sure. He wants De'Aaron Fox. You already know B, Ryan. I'm a De'Aaron Fox fan.
That's your boy right there.
That's my
De'Aaron
boy
Fox.
right there. He's having a down year. He just costs so much money. He costs so much money. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, he do. He got a big contract. But so does Shai Gilgeous-Alexander though, SGA.
Yeah.
He has a big contract as well, so.
Yeah, it seems like there's more. It seems like Shai's having a better year. But the big thing with De'Aaron Fox is the shooting. The shooting has slumped. I don't know. I feel like he can bring that back up eventually because he's still young and he's not scared to shoot it like Ben Simmons is. Like I know he's gonna.
Yeah.
He's not
honestly, I feel like with De'Aaron Fox, a change of scenery. I honestly feel that if he goes to a place where he knows he has more of a chance to win,
right?
I feel like he's gonna turn up.
I feel like it's a possibility he can turn up too, but if it happened, I'll be super sad. I'll be sad and happy because I already knew Obi has to be involved. I'm also be very nervous that IQ is involved because I've gone quite fond of IQ and his 3-point shooting, and we definitely need that moving forward. But like I said before too, I'm also looking at the less expensive option at the Cavs. Of he's not as sexy as De'Aaron Fox, but he can shoot and he can score, and he's injured right now, and the Cavs might not need him, and he might cost less money, cost less assets, and won't be on our books as hard as De'Aaron Fox. But I digress. Both of them will be a kind of a risk, in my opinion. But it is what it is.
Yeah. At least with Sexton would probably be a cheap risk because, like you said, he's coming off an injury. I believe, I don't know if it's after next season or the season after that, but he's going to be a free agent. So it's like, with Sexton, you could take your because because you have to remember, before he got injured, Sexton was killing. Like, Sexton was averaging like 25 a game or something like that.
Yeah, he was killing.
Yeah, so I think Sexton would be a cheap choice if you're gonna trade for a point guard. But yeah, you gotta wait and see.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where I feel like, he can turn around and be good. Like, sometimes people bail on these young guys way too early. Like, I remember we was doing a show 2 summers ago, Ryan. I was sold on Zach LaVine. I was like, yo, Zach LaVine can shoot threes, he can do this, he can do that. Like, I looking at an official product, y'all saying no Zach LaVine. If Zach LaVine was a Knicks uniform, I would jump on that. And nah, you crazy, jealous. It's like,
not looking too crazy now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't be down on these players under 26 too fast, especially if a young player is scoring over 20 points a game and he's under 26 years old. Like, sometimes you gotta be like, man, he might just figure it out. He might just figure it out. He figured this. He already figured out this much. But I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, because the year Sexton was drafted, I actually wanted the Knicks to draft Sexton.
You did.
Yeah, I was big on Sexton because I seen the dude play in college. I like the way he played in college and in the NBA. The only thing with Sexton is that his size might be an issue because he's like maybe 6'1" or something like that. But the guy can score, and he does show effort on the defensive end. It's just a matter of him just putting it all together.
Right. Exactly.
And he's a young guard still, so he has time. So I'd say it's a risk. For a cheap risk, I'd take it.
Right. The biggest thing I've been hearing about Sexton is his attitude. I've been hearing attitude things with him.
Mm-hmm.
That might be like the only thing I'm like, dang, how's his, like, do you want the bad attitude thing in New York? The one edge I do give to De'Aaron Fox is he's always seemed like a kid who's been all like good attitude from college, and like everybody seemed to love him. Like, his teammates seemed to love him when he was in college. De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's true or false, but you haven't been hearing good things about Sexton's attitude when he's been in the NBA. But I digress. You got more callers up, so we're gonna give them some airtime. But nice little chat, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Fire conversations. You can tell we've been at this KOT show for a long time. The conversations we've been talking about are conversations we had when we weren't even streaming live. We were just recording.
Yeah, in the garage.
And then uploading it later. So those are like old episodes. Like super old episodes. But shout out to the old KOT show. Man, I still want to do like a Ryan, Kathy, G. I still want to do one of those. I know the timing might not be right now.
Yeah.
But I still would like to do like a couple of those, even though it seems like it wasn't meant to have like an every week thing, but like a couple of 3 or 4 episodes
like
a year or something.
Like a once in a while or something, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be cool if we were able to do that. That'd be dope. But yo, our next caller up, we got JT, man. JT, let us know what you want to talk about, and yeah, that's it. What do you want to talk about, JT? Yeah! Came with the energy,
Gunshots for Badman Barrett.
The Badman, you already know.
9 God, Local Mamba, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, man.
Gunshots.
The gunshots is off, man. The gunshots is going.
Just to comment on that, I would definitely be all for a reunion with the Fantastic Four. Mr. Ryan, Mr. Man with the Stats and the Fastest, Black Girl Magic. I can't remember what the other guy's nickname was, but it would be great, especially that y'all got callers calling in. I think it'll be a great episode. So if y'all can make that happen for us OG KOT fans, that'll be great.
Yeah, man.
Next thing, great game. The starting 5 looked amazing. Randall, I like what I saw. I like the body. I like the energy. We all keep saying he's not a number 1, and I love it that he's showing he's not a number 1. When he don't got it, he's giving the ball up, and he's doing effective things on the floor. He's not forcing it. So I'm all for it. I'm happy with what I saw. RJ, can't say enough. Gunshots, just hit the gunshots for like 2 minutes for RJ. He's showing who he wants to be. It goes back to what you were saying earlier, how everybody's just so
get down on these players so quick. Like 2 seasons, they got to show either they or they not. And it's like, yo, how many guys won a ring as the number one guy their second year or third year in the league? Please tell me.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
So that's exactly. You gotta let it cook. So that's definitely it. With that, like we said, Fournier is definitely showing us finally. He's doing what we want him to do. What we paying for. Exactly what I said last episode. Mitch, gunshots for Mitch.
Yes.
Mitch looking like center outfield.
Yeah,
He's
man.
looking like he's 7 feet tall. I was screaming like, finally, get up there.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
do what you got to do. So I'm definitely just going. Only concern, like I said before, like everybody keeps saying, the minutes that these guys are playing. That's the only thing. What good is it to make it to the playoffs and these guys are burnt out? They can't even play 5 minutes. So I'm very much so waiting for D Rose to get back because I feel like he's the engine that's going to drive the second unit. And once you do that, everybody's going to cook. Everybody's going to fester. Talking about the trade talk, everybody keep I don't see the Knicks being able to make a good trade right now, because if you have to make a good trade, that person's going to get effective minutes and we're going to be happy. In my opinion, 3 people got to go. It's either Fournier, Burks, or Noel.
Right.
If those 3 don't go, and everybody keeps saying get rid of everybody, for us to be happy. I'm sorry, for us to be happy.
Okay.
Because I don't think a lot of people want Quick to go. I don't. And I don't think people want Obi to go, even though we all say we want him to go to free him, but same thing.
Right.
So with that being said, if we do like a Knox and a pick for Cam Reddish, guess what that do? Quinn Grimes, who's that? He ain't playing no more. All the three is going to Cam.
You think so? I don't think it's gonna be that simple, dog.
So because they already don't like playing rooks. So if Cam comes in and gives you everything Quinn Grimes is, which is exactly what it is, a 3-and-D wing, and he can shoot from the outside, that's it. Quinn Grimes, go to the G League, bro. We're not seeing you no more. We're not seeing you anymore. If Fournier ain't got it, or Burks ain't got it, and Tibbs actually trusts you, but we know who our coach is. This man is going to live and die with his vets. He's going to live and die with them. So he's not going to – I could be wrong, unless it was COVID protocol, but it's like that's going to be the rotation. That's just my opinion. Of course, I could be wrong. And then as far as the point guard battle is concerned, what scares me is, Kimba. We got to get rid of Kimba too, because if not, I mean, Tibbs already benched Kimba once, but Kimba showed out, player of the week, the whole 9.
Yep.
So who's jumping in front of him and Rose when both of them are healthy?
Yeah, that's
So you have to get rid of one or the other.
That's the real conundrum, because and you're absolutely right about that. Because right now the rotation is a little bit easier to deal with. Everybody's happy because Grimes is getting minutes, but Kemba comes back, Derrick Rose goes back. We're right back to
Exactly.
we right back
Pretty
to
much. That's what I'm saying. Like right now we're good because of injury, so these guys are getting minutes. Well, some of them barely. But once everybody's healthy and we're thinking later on playoff times, etc., that's why it's really my opinion, it's hard for us to really do an effective trade it's hard for us to do an effective trade that's really going to catapult us into where we want to be. Because everybody wants Grant. So how many pieces are we giving up for Grant? And is Grant really going to play behind Randall, or are we going to? Because if we get Grant, Fournier has to be in the deal. Has to, because Grant is going to be a starter, and then is Grant even going to play the 3? So it's not the best time. My opinion, it's
not the best time to make a move. You think?
Yeah.
It's not. It really isn't. We have too many intangibles.
Yeah, it just seems like It just seems like if we were to make a move, it would be to addition to subtraction stuff, because we're not gonna be able to keep everybody happy. Like you said,
exactly.
we might be able to have
his rotation. Shout out to.
Go ahead.
My bad. No, I'm saying, and who said it? And Winston Ellis. Shout out to you. Tibbs ain't changing his rotation. He's not gonna we're just figuring it out now. You really think he's gonna throw a monkey wrench and start switching stuff up?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Because right now, like you said, we've been having one of the best defenses in the league with Kemba out. You already know what he thinks about Kemba in the defense. So it's gonna be.
Yes.
He loves his Alec Burks, so it's man. When Kemba comes back, because Kemba's been close. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see who gets moved.
It really is. I'm gonna have my popcorn. I'm gonna see everybody with their flamethrowers and their torches, ready to just burn something down, because ain't nobody gonna be happy. If a trade is made, somebody gonna be pissed off. That's just my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I agree. Good call. You got me thinking, like,
Rose,
man, maybe we should just make a move just cause. The thing is,
I don't see, like, you guys failed to realize last year, Dennis Jr. was perfect because we were trying to put him in the game, and he just wasn't working out.
right?
So the minutes we wanted to give him, Rose ate those minutes, and it was perfect. Right now, everyone, even though we don't like it, they have their role.
Yep. We have their role. It's like, okay, so what do you do now? Do you move Alec Burks and Knox and just to clear some space when Kemba comes back? But then even that seems silly because Alec Burks, you figure Alec Burks has a few more years to give. You clearing cap so you give Kemba some more run, and then Kemba is like out the league next year because you already see his knees are giving out. Like, is that even a smart move? To give somebody who can give us a little bit more for years than Kemba, who might be, on his last leg. Like, I don't know. There's a lot to think through there. My brain is going now.
Exactly. And with Burks has been known as Mr. Fourth Quarter. So you can imagine how that's going to look if we give him up and it's somebody who can't produce the way he can. So it's just a lot of stuff that I just feel like is, again, like I said many calls ago, I don't envy this front office. This isn't easy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Tough decisions to be made.
Quick, I know y'all got a lot of callers. Real quick soapbox about the Colin Sexton thing. I think the gripe with him is because I watched a couple of Cleveland games and he's a chuck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking you thinking of a young Russell Westbrook with him when he's on, and I don't see that gelling well at all with us. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen enough games to see what he's like with this Cavs team that's actually doing well, but I don't really. I don't think that would be a good. I don't think that would be a good. We need a defendant, playmaking point guard. Ideally, I don't know where he's at in the world. If we could find a 6'5" playmaking defendant point guard, 6'6", we in the money. Other than that, let's just figure out what we got with this team. We got Grimes, Deuce and all that stuff. So other than that, I'm out. Everybody hit the like button, subscribe, enter the contest for the free snapback. If you don't enter it, just buy it. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. Yo, I'm not sure if people realize what's happening. I've done contests before, and I haven't really gotten the response I thought I was going to get today. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I'm not clear in the instructions. And maybe I'll give a little bit more time because we reached 10K on Instagram, right? So shout out to you guys who helped us reach 10K on Instagram. And I like to show some appreciation to you guys who supported me because it's been a grind. We're doing KOT since 2015, and it took us a while to get to 10K, but we here now. We here now. So listen. I'm explaining the rules, and I'm gonna give an extra day too. Right. So here it is. If I go, let me go to the share screen. So you already see the 10K. The 10K giveaway at KOT. All you gotta do is you tag 3 Knicks players. Follow us, of course. And then put this in your stories and you enter. And to put us in the stories, all you gotta do is hit that little flag button thing. And there's an option to put it into your stories. Alright? We giving away a KOT. I've done giveaways before and people have entered and been happy and I don't know, maybe I didn't make the instructions clear this time, but that's what you have to do to enter. All right. So if you want to do that, you already know what to do. Hit to our Instagram, and you enter that giveaway, and somebody's gonna get a hat, man. Someone's gonna get a hat. Next caller up, Emil. Let us know what you want to talk about, sir.
Are you there?
Emil, you there?
Hello.
We here. We got you.
Hey, man, after RJ's shot today, man, I was ready to buy a one-way ticket straight to New York, man. I was ready, man. After that step-back shot.
Yeah, that step-back. Yeah, woo, that step-back three was filthy. That was filthy.
Man, honestly. Hey, RJ Barrett was, like, unreal tonight, but the person I want to acknowledge is Mitchell Robinson. Like, when the Knicks couldn't make a bucket in the fourth, like, they were on a massive scoring drought, and they were actually, like, they cut it to, like, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell Robinson's offensive rebound legit stopped Mavericks' momentum completely.
Absolutely.
That offensive rebound to the dunk. And then, so my game ball goes to Mitch for sure tonight. Like, I think he played like, unreal.
Yeah, he saved us a few times when our offense got stagnant with an offensive rebound and the two-handed Shaq put back from Mitch. Yeah, shout out to Mitch.
Crazy, man. But I'm not sure, like, if we get Turner, I know that it will space the floor. Like, he's more versatile than Mitch. But then you lose out on the offensive rebounds for sure. You lose production on the rebounds. Mitch Robinson, he always manages. He has a good feel for, like, where the ball's going to be. And he always gets a catch rebound. So I feel like I don't know about Miles Turner too much. So I wouldn't know if his offensive rebounds are good. But I would just assume that Mitch Robinson will do better.
Yeah, like the thing. Yeah, I think you're right. But the other thing about that too is Mitchell Robinson. When Mitchell Robinson is playing in Mitchell's full potential, his defensive, versatility is better than Miles Turner when he's being his old Mitch self. Like he's able to kind of play a little bit more away from the rim on a defensive end and anchor our defense on more ways than one. And offensive rebounding is definitely one of those ways. So if he keeps this up, it definitely makes it a hard decision to be like, oh, let's just get rid of Mitch. It just because now we're seeing what he's really meant for. If he starts to keep doing this more, what's the word I'm looking for? Steadily.
Yeah. Also, I got the stats.
Yeah.
With Mitch and Miles Turner rebounds, you are right. Mitch pretty much doubles up on offensive rebounds over Miles Turner because Mitch is averaging 3.4 offensive rebounds per game this season, and Miles Turner is averaging 1.5 offensive rebounds this season. So if the Knicks were to make a trade for Miles Turner and Mitch goes the other way, the Knicks would take a dip on the offensive boards.
Yeah.
Like,
we're not a team, like.
Huh?
We're not a great half-court team, so every rebound counts.
Right. The trade-off would be, I point to the Celtics game, I point to the Atlanta Hawks game, where there's times where Randall wants to go one-on-one and drive to his strong hand, and if the big is pulling out the center, he'll be able to finish that out with a higher regularity than most times because there won't be no big man, there won't be no Robert Williams to block his shot. So that's the pro. If we were able to move Mitch. Yeah. Now in reality, I'll be like, oh, let's move Noel and then bring in Turner. That's what I would really like. Then we can have a Mitch Turner tandem, and I would love that. But I'm not sure. Like the way Noel's been injured, I can't see anybody wanting him. He's been way too injured this season.
Yeah, man. I'm as well around today. Like I personally think that he played well. He had some bad turnovers, but like he deferred to RJ, and his presence is just like it's a big game changer for the team. Like he's needed simply to be a body so that the defense has to scheme against. Like we didn't have him. The opposing defense had zero respect for our offense.
Yeah,
it's present.
Yeah, I agree. I do feel like Knicks fans sometimes underestimate the attention that Randall brings. Sometimes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And with trades, I feel like that any trade that
are we losing you?
Hello?
I think we lost Emil. I think we lost him.
He's there. It sounds like it's a lot of static.
Okay, he is he is like another country. So
yeah.
I mean, surprisingly, we haven't had any problems with him before.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello? Okay,
yeah,
you back?
yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we
You're
can
good
hear you.
now.
So yeah, like with a trade, I feel like it won't get us any closer to our ceiling this year. Like I wouldn't want to lose too many assets. I would want a smaller trade, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Obi, even though our emotions aside, he has to go eventually. If they're committed to Randall, which I think they are completely, it's a waste of a pick. At the time, as soon as Randall became an All-Star, it was a waste of a pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's as sad as it sounds. He's playing 8 minutes a game. He was a number 8 pick.
yeah.
He has to go.
I agree. I definitely agree with you, man. I've been saying this since
Yeah.
last season. People was like it's not because I want to get rid of Obi. Like I feel like he has a chance to be really good. He really does, but he's just not gonna get that chance here. So he's gonna have to go eventually. And if we don't move him, he's gonna want to leave at some point. I would think.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
And just one more question. I just want to get your opinion on this. I feel personally, I don't think teams will put Kemba back in the lineup. I know it's probably an unpopular opinion, but the chemistry is growing between the current starting five. And he didn't want him before. The only reason why Kemba played again was injuries. I know he came back and played well, but I feel like now that the starting five's chemistry is starting to grow, we don't have a true point, but they're all sharing the rock, so they make up for it in different ways. I honestly feel like Kemba.
Yeah.
I'd say what about that.
I can't. I don't necessarily disagree with you. Like to me, this is a 50-50. To me, this is 50-50, man. Because the way Kemba was balling was obviously better when he was running the show offensively. I seemed like there was more of a show. I mean, more of a flow offensively. But now that offensively we're flowing better, and our defense is top 10, I can see a world where he's not comfortable letting Kemba back into the starting lineup. I can definitely see that. So, that PR move, man, woo, that's gonna be another crap storm.
Yeah.
That's gonna be another crap storm.
And you gotta get the ball out of RJ's hands as well, to put it in Kemba's. RJ, this is the best we've looked if the ball in his hand.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you're stunting it. Not that you're stunting it, but you're giving him less reps as a ball handler and a decision maker. And long term, that's gonna what we want. And Kemba, he'll help us this year, but are we gonna do a chip this year? Probably not. Long term, having the ball in RJ's hands might just make us better this year, next year, years to come. So man, I don't envy the front office. I don't envy the coach. I don't, man. These are tough decisions. All these decisions are gonna have some crazy blowback, no matter where you go.
Exactly. Either way, it's gonna be tough for Tibbs. He's gonna have a lot. He's gonna have a lot to determine once Kemba Walker is healthy again and can come back.
Sheesh. For real. Thanks. Great call, Emil. Thanks for chiming in and giving us your 2 cents.
See you guys.
All right,
man. Thank you.
Shout out to my guy, Emil. All right, I think we have another caller.
Yeah, I think Steve Nowak. I think that's what Fritz said in the chat.
All right, Steve. Let's go, Steve. Let us know what you want to talk about, Steve.
Well, it's not Steve, it's Stan. If it was Steve,
I'm sorry. Yo, I keep doing that. That was
my fault, man. My fault. Sorry about that.
I should have corrected. No, that's my fault. I should have corrected you.
No.
I should have corrected you, Ryan, because I called him Steve before.
First of all, Ryan J. Ellis, thank you. The most important thing I want to do is thank you, Jay. And from the bottom of my heart, that secret recipe you gave me, believe me, the rash went away in like 3 days with that side you recommended, and just a little bit of sandpaper, and I am no longer walking funny. That is the most important thing.
I have no idea what he's talking about. But
yes, you do.
okay.
I mean, you had to send it, in an unmarked envelope, but that's fine. No, as far as the center position, you don't touch that. Okay, unless if you can get Noel and get the guy that shoots 3-pointers, that's fine. I don't think that's going to happen. But Jerry and Grant, when Kemba starts crying, and he will because he did before, I wanted to play. I mean, he might as well have said that, and I know there are a lot of Kemba fans out there, but none are near my house right now, so I don't care. No, if Jerry and Grant's available, you strike while the iron is hot and while Fournier still has value, because Fournier, he's playing better defense, but this is about as good as you're going to get out of him on defense.
Right.
Okay. And if you put Kemba back in the starting lineup at any point in the future, that you have a terrible whole left side. So you can't do that. So Jerry and Grant is making about 20. Fournier is making 13. You can even throw in Knox if you want to, and a second-round pick. See if they'll go for that. Because Grant can play the 3.
Right.
He can play the 3. You don't give up Obi. There was theoretically way back when there was back in the old days with the Pat Riley Knicks. There was a theory that the Knicks were going to get Kendall Gill. If you don't remember Kendall Gill, he was an all-star.
Right.
And there was a theory that the Knicks were going to get Kendall Gill and use a 3-man rotation of Starks, Gill, and Hubert Davis. Well, you could do a 3-man rotation of Obi, obviously not right, not starting, Randall, and Jerry and Grant, but Grant at the 3, because you need that defense. You need that defense. The Knicks need to get bigger. You get with him. You get some rebounding, and you get a 7-foot+ wingspan. That's fantastic. You don't touch the center position. I agree with the previous caller. I don't see a place on this team long term for as you know how I feel about our original starting point guard who's
Kemba.
now injured.
Kemba.
Kemba. Yeah, I knew that. I was just Kemba Walker. Cardiac Kemba. But imagine if you made a workout tape and called him. Never mind. Do this workout, you die. It's that good. But no, I mean, if you're going to advance past the first round in the playoffs, and you could. Now, Jerry and Grant is not shooting the 39% he shot last year, and I believe he shot pretty good this year because he's asked to do a lot.
Right.
But he can knock down the shot.
Yeah.
If the man did it before, he can do it again. Right now, Fournier, as smart as he is, basketball IQ, as good as he is to have on the team, strike while the iron is hot. I mean, he's got trade value now.
Yeah,
the salaries.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with a few things, but here's the thing with Pistons, right? The Pistons are right now in a position where their timeline is different now because they have Cade Cunningham. So if they're going to trade for Jeremy Grant, if they're going to trade away Jeremy Grant, they're going to want young pieces and picks. They're not going to want Evan Fournier because Evan Fournier would just be, trading one old guy for another older guy. So, and I do agree with you right now, though, that Fournier has higher trade value. But I feel like if you were to trade Evan Fournier, you have to trade him to a team who was kind of closer to like achieving something.
Playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not a rebuilding team.
Well, yeah, okay. You do have Knox, who's underutilized, and maybe it just needs to change the scenery.
Right.
And if you throw in a first round pick, you still have Dallas's, right? You know, so all right, so that's 1, 2, 3. You know, so all right, so you've got a young player, you got a first round pick, and you got a guy that can get you points right away. I mean, that might fly. I don't know if it will, but it might. Right. That might be enough to get you. But if you can get Jerry and Grant, that's a good guy to have. He can defend the 3. In a pinch, he can play the 4, but that way you still keep Obi. You say no, you have to keep Obi because the man will develop into an all-star.
Yeah, I think,
there's no question about it.
I think that's the problem. I think the biggest problem is you're matching that salary, so you're gonna have to give pieces that match the salary, right? So, like, I don't think. Well, Fournier. I don't think Fournier because of Fournier's size, and I say size, I mean like how many years he has, because he's a 3 years. So I don't see them winning Fournier. I can more see them winning Kemba because at least Kemba's only has this season and next season. It would have to be like Kemba and somebody else, and maybe like it would have to be. I can't see them not taking a young guy. Like it might have to be like
you gotta let Knox go.
Not Knox, because Knox is not giving us Jeremy Grant. Knox is gonna give us a second round pick. It's like straight up.
Yeah. All right.
He hasn't done enough to prove that he's worth a first round pick or even worth being the guy in a trade. Like I feel like Obi IQ are people that would have to be sacrificed if he was to get somebody like Jeremy.
You can't let go of IQ.
Hey, I'm with you, dog. I'm with you.
You would have, if you were management, you would have none if you gave IQ away.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You would be an idiot. You would have no IQ.
Yeah, I do think Detroit would more look at Obi though, because I feel like Obi would do well in Detroit because Obi's a player where you need to set him up, and with them having Cade Cunningham there and him running the offense, I feel like Obi would thrive in Detroit. So I think if the Knicks were to go after Jeremy Grant, I think Obi would probably be on top of the list.
Facts.
For players that Detroit would want from the Knicks.
It would be exactly. It probably like Obi, Burks, Obi, Kemba, and a pick or something. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Maybe Knox too, but I feel like it would be something like that if they were going to do it.
This, thankfully we don't have to make the decision. We have the front office that got us Derrick Rose for Dennis Smith Jr.
Exactly.
So you never know what Leon Rose is going to pull off.
Yeah.
And again, thank you for that. Thank you for that salve. And remember everybody who got this, because I've heard it around town. It's 150 grit sandpaper, and that's it, guys. Take care.
All right, man. Thank you.
Shout out to my man today. Brings you the off the cuff comedy, sandpaper jokes, trade scenarios. What else do you want from a call, Ryan? What else do you want?
Oh man, I think that's how we're gonna end the call for the night.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to end it. Good way to end it for sure. But yeah, shout out to him, and I said this on the last show, talk about Jeremy Grant. I do feel like if his role is reduced, his 3-point shooting will get better. But even at his best, I don't think he'll be at Evan's best when it comes to hitting threes. But he'll just have more defense. It'll be an offensive defense swap to me, really, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much, because for me, the only thing that worries me about going after Jeremy Grant is I still don't know how Jeremy Grant and Julius Randle's going to work on the court together.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I have with the trade. But I mean, defensively, it would be an upgrade. And as you know, since the start of January, Knicks been the best defensive team in the league. So that would just add to that. So
right, and then when we play those people, when we play the Giannis's of the world and the Durants of the world, it'll be a lot easier with a guy who's 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. But it's getting that fit and getting that chemistry together. You already see as of right now, we just starting to get it. We just starting to get it. So it'll be a process once again for sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, that was our show, man. Now we got the 75 viewers in the chat, man. We had a really, really good show today. So I mean, we about to dip right now, but definitely check out the show today. And if you like the content so far, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will definitely be back, full crew back in action on Saturday. Me, Raw, and Ryan G, 3 amigos back in here talking that Knicks Talk, the KOT show. All right, so we all be back here on Saturday. So, and it's been a minute since we all been back, so I'm really excited to have all of us back. All right.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to JT Reddick. Shout out to Fritz Alessandor, best mod in the game. Shout out to Brian Gillard. Shout out to D Nice, Sherwin, Buttercup Scotch, and everybody else who's rocking with the KLT show. Otherwise too. Shout out to Otherwise and Prezi the Boss. All right. But that is our show. Ryan, let them know, where can they find you, sir?
You can find me on Instagram at Sir G is Chillin'.
Sir G is Chillin'.
That's SIR. G is CHILLIN. You can also find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT.
All right. And also, you already know. You can find us on that Instagram page. We just hit 10K. Gunshot to 10K followers. Man, I gotta figure out how to do a little swipe up. That's all I really want to do. Just I'm swiping up everything. New show, swipe up.
Yes, sir.
Merch,
Facts.
swipe up. I'm swiping up everything, man. I'm gonna figure that out tonight. All right, but definitely follow us on Instagram, the KOT show. We have a new blog that's up as well that talks about the Knicks' inevitability of getting Jalen Brunson here on the New York Knicks. So definitely check out our blog at theknicktimeshow.com. And also you can get our KOT snapbacks there as well. And, follow us on Twitter as well, the KOT show on Twitter and Facebook, all social medias. Also, I haven't plugged this in a while, and I will. I need to update some graphics. But we're also on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and all that noise as well, not just on YouTube. So, if you want to listen to us there on a drive or something like that as well, you can listen to it on those platforms as well. All right? But that is our show. Great show, Ryan. Next show is Saturday. That's our show. And as always,
shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here. All right? That is our show. We are out of here.
Peace.